Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Prospector's Cache. Uh, we're live on here today, and I wanted to introduce myself. I'm Tom Ashworth, and I have the Prospector's Cache channel, and I do all things metal detecting, gold prospecting, diving, treasure hunting, ghost towning. In fact, if you can dig it up, I love doing it. One of the things that I want to discuss today was different things about what I've been doing lately, and finding. I've been doing a lot of underwater metal detecting, looking for people's rings. Found quite a bit of jewelry lately. Returned a a ring to someone recently that I enjoyed immensely. Uh, it was it's always a joy to return stuff, and I've just always enjoyed that kind of stuff. One of the things that I enjoy about doing it is, when I've lost stuff in the past, I sure wish somebody had returned it to me. So whenever I find a ring, I always try to return it. So I've been doing a lot of that stuff lately. Um, I'm trying to get this chat started just so prospectors can go online and talk to each other. I got a friend of mine on here right now, Southern Relic Adventures. Hi there, Teach. Welcome to the channel. Looks like right now it's just me and you because I've just started this thing. But heck, I'll go ahead and record it, and maybe we'll get a few more people on here in the future. I've been doing a lot of stuff lately with the Deus 2, mostly underwater, and I know that Southern Relic Adventures just put out a great relic program that he's done a lot of research on, and I highly recommend his relic program. Um, so you should go over there and check out Southern Relic Adventures channel and check out the relic program that he's got. Me, I'm primarily a water hunter, so my program that's my go-to program for underwater that I use on the XP Deus 2 is I use the sensitive full tones program, and I use it in full tones. I pretty much leave it stock. I do take the reactivity up to about 3 on that machine because underwater I'm primarily looking for jewelry and stuff like that. So I'll increase that quite a bit. Uh, and So I enjoy doing that kind of stuff. Hey, Wildcat Prospecting, welcome to the channel. We've got Southern Relic Adventures and Wildcat Prospecting on here, and I'm talking about what I wanted to do with the channel. And we're talking XP Deus 2 right now, and I'm talking about the program that I use underwater hunting. As you guys can see over here, I use the Blue 3 Nemo right there, and I do dive with it. Also, can dive with tanks if people needs to need something deeper. I have recovered diamond rings as deep as 30 foot deep in water. And I tell you what, the Deus 2 is the perfect machine for water hunting. For years, I used the Mine Lab machine and in underwater, and the Excalibur is a great machine, but comparing it to Deus 2 is like apples and oranges. I really love the Deus 2 a lot more. And I'm not going to stay on here if there's not a lot of people on here very long, but some of the tips and tricks I wanted to share tonight about underwater metal detecting specifically was that if you're going to underwater metal detect, I suggest you get a short arm for your detector, because trying to go to the full length and keep your coil so far away from your arm is kind of hard to do, since you're mainly digging at arm's length. You're not digging, with a shovel or anything. That's tip number one. And tip number two, I suggest that you get a good scuba mask. you're not going to enjoy metal detecting underwater if your mask keeps leaking. It's just one of the things that drives me nuts. And the other thing that I always suggest to people is get the best set of headphones you can get. There are a lot of good headphones out there. I personally think right now, today, that the XP Deus bone conducting headphones are the best for underwater. I love my bone conducting headphones, and I wouldn't trade them for the world. I really love them a lot. Um, the reason being is you get water in your ears, and that deadens the sound for most headphones, even the underwater headphones. It's always been a drawback ever since I started underwater detecting. Uh, and Southern Relic Adventure says bone conduction is awesome. I agree. And I'll tell you a little something that I'm trying to do right now. We're trying to get a bone conduction headphones. I'm actually testing some for other detectors now that are waterproof, and I'm working on beta testing and getting uh, bone conducting headphones set up for the Nocta Legend and the MindLab Equinox. So that's something that I'm really working on. Hey, NC Relic Hunter, glad you're on here. So I think that that'd be really popular for for people is that we get bone conduction headphones for like the Nocta and the MindLab Equinox. Southern Relic Adventures ask how I run my antenna. Well, I'll just show you. So this runs up inside my. This is the bone conduction headphones on my unit. So all this wires bone conduction headphones. But you'll see right here that my wire runs up inside the unit, comes up through the RC Diggs housing and up into this RC Diggs control box holder. And this is another must for underwater. I think that you really want to get this if you're an underwater hunter. I lost my control box one time, and I didn't realize I knocked it off the stem, and I was dragging it behind me with the bone conduction headphones. So ever since then, I got this thing, and I really like it. It's it's uh, it's something that I think is a necessity. Uh, yeah, like I said, the bone conduction headphones, NC Relic Hunters. What do you think? You think it'd go over good for the Nocta and the Mind Lab as well if we can come up with some? Uh, like I said, right now we're in the process of experimenting and building some now for different detectors, and we're going to try them out. And if they work good, we're going to try to pitch the idea to someone that can make them for us. It's actually a product idea that my friend David Montgomery and I come up with together, and he's kind of the marketing guy behind all that stuff. But it's something I always wondered. He uses a Nocta Legend all the time, and he really would like the bone conduction headphones, and so that's what led us to the idea of making these things. So once we get some made, we're gonna try to see if we can, make them for all the different detectors, help people out that don't have bone conduction headphones. With that being said, the reason I like the bone conduction headphones is they vibrate right here in front of your ear, and they sound just crystal clear underwater, and that's the biggest thing. Hearing targets underwater, especially when you're breathing bubbles out of the regulator, and you've got bubbles going up by your ear underwater. You hear the bubbles more than you hear anything else. But with the bone conduction headphones, they override those bubbles. You still hear the bubbles, but you don't hear them nearly as bad as you do when you got the bone conduction headphones on. NC Relic Hunter says, I think I would. There's not a lot of options out there as far as bone conduction. No, they're not. And another thing about the bone conduction headphones. I helped a friend of mine that runs Vickers detector sales. I told him about bone conduction headphones, and he has ear problems and he can't hear real well. He's got the little uh, things in the ear, and he can't hear real well. But he tried my bone conduction headphones. And he really likes them. So we found some Bluetooth bone conduction headphones that he could hook to his metal detector, and those work great for him. So there are Bluetooth options. I think they're not as fast as the regular detectors because there's a little bit of lag time I saw when I was doing that. But I think that bone conduction headphones are the way of the future out there. I think that you're going to see a lot more manufacturers go that way in the future. Yeah, I think it would too, Southern Relic Adventures. I think on hot days, I use the bone conduction headphones. I don't even bother putting on the regular headphones. It gets to be 110 here in Texas, and so I mean, even land hunting, bone conduction headphones really work great. A friend of mine had cancers taken off of his ears, and he used his bone conduction headphones in that situation. So there's a lot of usage for it. I think it'd probably be good for relic hunting too, because you get out there on them hot days digging a deep hole relic hunting. I know you're trying to get that extreme hunter, and if you get that thing, man, you're going to dig some really deep holes for sure. And I'm sure you want some headphones that aren't so hot. So that's one thing that I think that'd help you relic hunting as well. Also, guys, I just wanted to point out, I'm going to switch over here to a different slide. I just wanted to point out that we got a giveaway. If you go to my channel, I give my last giveaway. I give away a Mind Lab Xterra Pro metal detector. I'm also giving this XPMI 6 pinpointer away, a new one, and that's gonna be given away right before Christmas for the new ones, and it's free to enter. Doesn't cost anything to enter. Just gotta watch the video and enter the comment for what's on there. So just wanted to point that out. The giveaway's coming soon, so be sure to sign up for that. Maybe you'll win it. Good luck, everybody. Is tuning into this later. I'm going to record this and try to get more people on here. I'm trying to make your live stream as much as I can there, Teach. The biggest problem I have is Friday nights. I've got a lot of stuff going on, and I know you did a few on the weekends, which is a little easier for me. But Friday night, we've got football going on here for the local high school, and there's always a lot of stuff going on. So I try to make your live stream whenever I can there, Teach. You and NC Relic Hunter do a great job over there. I really love it. Another thing I wanted to talk about real quick um, is some of the questions I received from the last live stream. Somebody asked me from the last live stream, do I prospect anymore? And the answer to that is yes, I do. But the last few years, I've had to stay home more because I've had some medical issues and I have to stay closer to my doctors. Um, so it's one of them things that lately, until my health improves a little bit, I've got to stay closer to my doctors. It doesn't prevent me from diving or doing stuff, but I had issues with my colon and had to have colon surgery, and I wasn't able to do much until I had another surgery reversing the colon surgery. So I'm just got over that. I just had a knee replacement, which was hindering my metal detecting a lot and my gold prospecting. But the answer is I still own mining claims. I own mining claims in Oregon and Idaho and Northern California. Go up to Alaska whenever I can to go gold mining. So, to answer that question, one of my subscribers sent me, yes, I do still do a lot of prospecting. And I also consult with other people that are just now getting into prospecting. So that's something that I think that we're going to do more of, on the channel as time goes on. Um, Prospecting kind of led me into metal detecting. I didn't really start metal detecting until like 1980, but I started dredging for gold in 1978, and that's kind of how I got into prospecting. It's just one of those things that one hobby leads to the other. Uh, I do a lot of stuff like rock hounding. I go find crystals and quartz crystals, and I've even found a few diamonds before. So it's just I love digging things up, guys. It's just one of them things I like doing. If you can dig it up and it's something interesting, valuable, full of history, I'm all in for that. Thanks, Southern Relic Adventure. Like I said, uh, I love your channel, man. You're like one of my go-to guys. I love the information that you put on there. That's for sure. Yes, I have used the Deus 2 for prospecting, and I used it up in Rye Patch, Nevada, which is outside of Winnemucca. There's nuggets that get found there all the time, and I have found nuggets there with the Mind Lab detector in the past. I didn't have much luck on my trip up there, but I did find small pieces of copper and some silver in the veins and in the while I was there. Um, and I did find up in Idaho, I did find a small gold vein with the metal detector, but I haven't really got out there as much as I'd like to. We're planning a trip next summer. I think we're going to go out there for probably 3 4 weeks, and I'm going to do a lot more prospecting in Rye Patch when we get back out there. Um, So North Carolina, I got a good story for you, NC Relic hunting. You know the story of the Reed Gold Mine with them finding the gold nugget and putting it in front of the door there. Um, they used it as a doorstop for many years. Well, I tell you, I used to live in Cary. I worked at General Electric there. I worked in Cary, North Carolina, for a long time, and every weekend I would go over to the Valley River in Cherokee, North Carolina, and I dredged with my 3-inch dredge, and I did well over there. So there's plenty of gold there. The Uwharrie River is a good place. I went there many times. Uwharrie National Forest, a lot of areas to go there in the Uwharrie. So there's a lot of history and prospecting that's been available. North Carolina was the first state in the nation, 1799, when gold was discovered there. Uh, they say it's the first state in the nation, but we all know that the Spaniards in the 1530s and 1540s discovered gold. But there's no date on that. The oldest recorded gold recovery is 1799 at the Reed Gold Mine, and that's a recorded find, and I really love that story. Um, and if you've ever researched that story, it's a good one. There's all kinds of treasure caches that are related to that story as well. Yeah, you live in Sanford. I've been through there many times. I worked in the Research Triangle area for a long time, and I lived in Cary. And I enjoyed my time out there. This was in I want to say mid 80s, like uh, 84, 85 time frame when I lived there. So it's been quite a while back, but I did a lot of gold mining there when I lived there. Um, I've always had a job that allowed me to work 3 or 4 days. I work three 12-hour shifts and have 4 days a week off, and always had generous vacation benefits. So that's helped me along with my hobbies of gold mining. That's for sure. I would love to be teach because you can get off every summer. I hope that's still the way it is for school teachers. My cousin, she's a school teacher, and she loves having her summers off here in Texas. Anyway, I'm still trying to get this live stream to where it works good. Hopefully the sound is good. Um, Hopefully all the stuff is working. I'm not, I've tried several different live streaming softwares, and so far this is the one I like the best. It seems to be easy enough for me to understand and do. With the other ones, I had a lot of trouble with sound. I tried some of the desktop versions, and a lot of them had sound issues. And I know that you guys went through that on your channel a little bit with the sound issues that NC Relic Hunter was having. But it can be frustrating when the sounds don't come through. That's for sure. So, you guys got any stories that you've had lately? Any good finds that you guys have come across lately? And yeah, I know you guys have been out doing some hunting. What have you been up to? Have you been, kind of, uh, kind of hanging out there at your usual places, or have you gone to some pretty new places that you haven't been to before? Sorry about the pause. I was just looking to see if everything was working correctly. Sometimes it's hard to tell on this end of the screen if everything's working correctly. Uh, I know you know that, Teach. And it's hard to see. I don't know how you guys fixed the sound problem that you guys were having, but it sure does sound good now. I really like the way it's working for you guys. So when you guys go looking for relics and relic areas, is it mostly just researching Civil War areas, or do you research old communities, ghost towns, or what's your favorite type of uh, hunting do you guys do? Since you guys are the only ones on here, I guess I'll just chat with you guys. Southern Relic Adventure, I'm using EV Mux. I don't know if you've heard of that before. I know StreamYard, I tried using it. I didn't really like it that much. Um, I tried, all the ones that are OBS Studio and all the desktop ones, and the delay in sound with my cameras and my system was driving me nuts. You had to sync it up to your lips, and it kind of drove me a little crazy that it didn't match my lips when I was talking. So I started using EV Mux, and everybody says that my lips match the voice, so that's a good thing. Wildcat Prospecting says, I'm into gold prospecting and watched a lot of your videos. So do you just stick to the Llano, or have you found some specs anywhere else? A friend of mine just found a good flake in Denton County. If you go to my website, tomashworth.com, which is back here on the little sign, that website was the very first gold mining website on the internet. I put it on the internet back in 1994, and I kept that site up and running, until about 2003, and then I sold it to Armadillo Mining Company, and they ended up not keeping the page up very good, so they ended up giving me the website back. Over on the top right hand side uh, of that website is a link to the old site that was put up there, and you will see every state in the nation that contains gold. And if you go through that, you will see hundreds and hundreds of places that I've been mining. I mean, I've been mining for gold in probably, I won't say close to 30 different states. So gold mining was a passion of mine. I was a dredger. I did professionally dredge with an 8-inch dredge in Chicken, Alaska for many years. I dredged in Idaho, Montana, uh, Washington State, Oregon, California, Arizona, Colorado, all those. I've obviously dredged in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, New Hampshire, Vermont. So I've been all over there wildcat prospecting. So I've done a lot of gold mining. And if you look at some of them pictures, you'll see some pictures of me, a slimmer me, a younger me when I had dark hair on the gold dredges. And you'll see some pictures of me with my 8-inch and 5-inch dredges out prospecting. I have a lot of pictures on there of some of the gold I've found. But TomAshworth.com's been around a long time, and I'm just now trying to put all the stuff we had on the old site onto the new site. So it's going to take some while, and I want to make it a searchable database. So I'm actually trying to revamp the prospecting site so that people have a searchable database. Like if they were looking for information on a gold mine or something like that, they could do a search on that and find that. So hopefully that answered your question. Civil and Revolutionary War. We read a lot of books and old maps online. I know I love old maps, that's for sure. Revolutionary War, that didn't come out this way. So out in Texas, we don't have no revolution. We do have some Civil War sites, though. Southern Relic of Vineyards, I'm using EV Mux is the name of it. It's kind of the new kid on the block, supposedly, in streaming services, not like StreamYard or any of those. So that's what I'm using. It's called EVMUX. Yeah, word of mouth is awesome. I mean, we are going out. David and I are going out on Sunday. We're going to. A guy called me up and said he thinks he has gold on his property, and he invited us out to take a look and see if we could find some. So David and I are going to go out Sunday, and we're going to look for some areas, see if this fella's got any gold on his property. I'm sure there is, because there's gold mines all around his property, and he's got about 4 miles of river there that's running through these gold mines. Oh, you're in Lubbock. Yeah, there's a lot of gold in New Mexico. I mean, I've been all through the San Juan Mountains and stuff like that. There's a lot of gold in New Mexico. Texas, El Paso has gold. There's obviously a lot of folklore that I've looked for, like the Bowie mine and things like that, but I've never really found any around those areas. But yeah, Texas does have quite a few gold locations, and I mentioned a lot of those on my website at tomashworth.com. Just click on the Texas link. Right now, Llano is missing. That's Llano County's missing because I'm working on it. So, but the rest of them are up there click on the old website and go to that. Thank you, NC Relic Hunter. Hopefully I can get this website up before the end of the year and running good. I mean, I've got to start there now. I'm trying to get a forum on there for miners and metal detectors, and also trying to get that database going. I want the database to include treasures too. I don't want it just to include gold mines. So I want to make it a searchable database for treasures, and where people can share information about treasures and maps. Hi, Sonny. How are you? Glad to have you on here. I love maps too. I spend a lot of time on historical atlases. I spent a lot of time there. I was just on here before this thing using Gia GPS to look at some of their old maps, and I really love their. I don't know if you guys ever use Gia GPS, but that's my go-to program. It's got a lot of. I was looking at some 1900s topo maps earlier today, so it's a good area to go to too. Well, yeah, check that out, Wildcat Prospecting, and let me know what you think. I'm always available in comments or emails or whatever. My email's really easy, tom@tomashworth.com. I'm always answer all my emails and comments. Well, thanks. I really do hope that you like the site, and if you got any input on that, I hope you give me some feedback on what you'd like to see. I think that a searchable treasure database and allow people to make comments on it is kind of where I'm leaning to. So prospectors and treasure hunters and people like can share information. I've got thousands and thousands of treasures in my files, and I'm just trying to get it all on into a database format. And I'm going through that, trying not to do any copyright infringement, but I want to have all the information on there. So I'm doing a lot of research to put on there for that. Yeah, so Wildcat Prospecting, go there on my site and you'll see that when you go down on the where to find gold, go down to Texas and click on it. You'll see I've got about 10 counties listed on there where streams where gold is in it. Yeah, I know a lot of guessing. You trying to figure out how a property is laid out, and sometimes the old maps and aerials don't match up to the map. So even though it shows a building on there, I'm finding that it's hard to really narrow down the actual location of the building. It may be 100 yards off from what the map is actually showing, on these historical maps and aerials. Yeah, I've used the Onyx Hunt app too. I like that too. I don't know what I keep hoping that I think there'd be a use for the Go Terrain app if XP would ever get that going, and I really would like to see, to tie that out. One guy I talked to said it uses up batteries faster than XP does too, but I'd really like to try that out. I mean, they've been promising it for 5 years, and I'd like to try that out to see how well that works. What are you guys' thought on that Go Terrain app? It's probably let you keep track of where you've already hunted and stuff. Sometimes I go back to a place and don't remember if I've hunted in that location, so I'd like to keep track of where I've hunted in the past. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Searching in real time and getting feedback. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Sonny. Yeah, I don't use Onyx as much, but I use Gia a lot. Country Farm, Puerto Rico. Hello, Tom. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. Greatly appreciate it. You are welcome, and welcome to the live stream. I'm going to start doing these every Wednesday night, just to get on here and chat with people. I'm not. I'm trying to focus on a lot of different things, mostly prospecting and underwater treasure hunting related. Um, but I really love all forms of treasure hunting. Uh, so that's what I'm trying to do with this chat. And I suggest you go over to Southern Relic Adventures and check out their chat too. Uh, he usually has his on Friday, I believe, and but he's been having it some on the week because he's got some teaching duties going on and stuff. So check out Southern Relic Adventures. Here, I'll click his up there. There, you see his name up here, Southern Relic Adventures. Check out his channel and be sure to go there and watch his live streams. He has them up there, and I know that you'll get a lot out of his live streams. That's for sure. Yeah, NC Relic Hunter, I've been laughing for over a year when I ask on the Go Terrain forum when it's going to be available. They've been telling me soon for over a year now. So they're soon. Their idea of soon and my idea of soon is a little different. So I really wish they'd release it. I know they've released it finally in England. They've released it in France, obviously. They've released it in a few other countries, but they haven't released it in America yet. Yeah, so on the forum is I don't know about real time feedback, but when somebody gets on there and they answer a question, I mean you ask a question, hopefully we get enough people on there that can give you feedback about whatever you're asking a question about. I'm trying to get it set up for equipment related questions, area related questions, treasure related questions, um, and things like that. And when we had the original TomAshworth.com website, the old site, the forum grew and grew and grew. And by the end of 1998, that site had almost 400,000 members on that site. Obviously, when Armadillo Mining let that go, that went by the wayside. The forum software crashed. I couldn't recover any of it, and that forum died. But it was a very large forum, and we had a lot of friendly people in there willing to help. I didn't allow any of the people to get on there and argue and bicker. I'd give them warnings and stuff like that. So I tried keeping it as a friendly forum for people to get on there and, ask questions about things that that they didn't know. Because I always say you don't know what you don't know, and that's the reason I visit a lot of different YouTube sites and forums and stuff like that. I try to learn as much as I can about all this, and I look at myself as not competing with anybody. I look at myself as trying to help everybody. And whether somebody's going to my site or another site, I really don't care as long as they're getting what they need answered. And that's my ultimate goal is to help people. I'm getting a little long in the tooth. I've got over 50 years experience doing this. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be around, but I'm going to do it as long as I can. And, I'm going to try to share as much knowledge that I can with my years of doing this. I've been a metal detector dealer. I've owned a business, metal detecting and mining equipment sales business. I no longer am in business. I no longer am sponsored by anybody. Everything I buy is with my own money, and I give you the honest truth about everything. Even though I did that when I was a dealer, I try to give everybody my honest opinion of that. But when you're a dealer, it's harder to do because if you don't like a piece of equipment and somebody asks you a question about it and you say, I really don't like that, and it gets back to the manufacturer of that equipment, sometimes dealers get in trouble for that kind of stuff. So now that I'm not affiliated with that, I can say anything I want to say. Yeah, I do too. Southern Rec Adventures. They just keep saying soon. You know, uh, they just keep saying soon. I don't know when they're going to release it, but soon is not their idea of soon and mine is not the same. You're welcome, Southern Relic Adventures. Like I said, that's my specialty. I was a Navy diver. I enjoy diving. That's the reason I gold mine underwater because I love dredging for gold. That's the reason I dive for treasure underwater mostly. I combine my love for being a diver with the hobbies that I love so much. So that's that's how I combine all my hobbies together. Is I just do it underwater. Sonny, thank you're welcome, and I like I said, anything I can do to help. I'm there to try to help as much as possible, and I try to uh, go on, the live chat that Southern Relic Adventures has, and I try to offer my opinions. I hope I'm not too much when I answer people's questions. I hope he doesn't get mad at me for answering so many questions. But when I see people's chats go and they are asking questions, I try to chime in and be active on the chat there as well. And it's always good for a host of a live show when people are active on the chat because it gives you something to talk about. If nobody's doing anything on the chat portion of the live stream, it kind of got a lot of dead air on there. Yeah, yeah. One forum I like there, NC Relic Hunter, is the friendly metal detecting forum. I really kind of like that one because I haven't seen a lot of arguing on there. Uh, that's I know TreasureNet. There seems to be a lot of bickering and arguing on that. But it's been around. TreasureNet's been around a long time. He come out with that TreasureNet forum right after I come up with my forum on TomAshworth.com. Mark Austin come out with that TreasureNet forum years ago, and TreasureNet has grown and grown and grown, and it's been kind of a go-to for years. But there's a lot of bickering and arguing on there, and I really don't get into that. We should be on here to help each other, not argue with each other. You're welcome, Southern Relic Adventures. I really, I thank you for sharing your knowledge. Like I said, I've tried some of the things that you suggested. It's really helped me out because some of the some of the settings that we get into on your channel on the Deus 2, uh, I had a completely different viewpoint on how I thought they work versus how they work. I've really experimented a lot with sensitive full tones, mostly, especially features like offset and target separation and stuff. I really like what Tennessee Sharpshooter does with his separation videos. Uh, Wish I could see the guy's face. I don't know what he looks like. So anyway, maybe that's by design. Anyway, I do agree. It's all about sharing. Helping people out and supporting other channels. My channel is fairly new. I started this channel. Well, I mean, really, I had it going for a long time, but I didn't post any content. I didn't start posting any content on this channel till May. So I started in May, or about mid-April, early May is when I started posting content on this channel. And I'm trying to do my research and post content that's not already out there. Um, the Deus 2 has got so much great information on it out there, and therefore I haven't really wanted to post a lot of information on that. I wish Calabash would post more. I really used to love his diving information, and I did get a great tip about the bone conducting headphones, how he cut them in half and it fits this big old noggin a little bit better. So I got some great tips from him, but I don't see much of him on very much anymore. So hopefully he gets back on here more often and we can see him on here more often. Yeah, we don't know what Tennessee sharpshooter looks like, and we talk to him all the time. Well, I don't know. Maybe that's by design. I like I said, he does spend a lot of time with his target separation, and I think he did a good job beta testing that version 1 software. I know there was a lot of feedback with that software, but I really didn't have a lot of problems with the version 1 software. I liked it, it worked good for me. Um, Everybody talks about it falsing on nails. Yeah, my detector still falses on nails all the time, but I just dig them and I don't worry about it. Of course, I'm not digging relics like you guys are, so I don't run into too many nails underwater unless I'm around an old shipwreck or something. So most of the time, my biggest nemesis are beer cans and pull tabs that people throw in the rivers. And lately, it's been vapes. So I've got to say, beer cans, pull tabs, and the vapes are the biggest things I'm finding underwater right now. And we're doing a river cleanup too down here going this fall. We're going to start, they have the river cleanup starting next week on some of the rivers down here. And we're going to be going down there helping get some of the trash out of the rivers and doing our part. And we're going to be representing the metal detectorists. We're going to try to, get. We're not even going to take our detectors. We're just going to dive and pull trash out of the rivers and let everybody know that we are metal detectorists and we don't like dirty rivers. The cavalry camps is something that's been on my thing that I've wanted to hunt and see relic hunter Michael. I tell you, the problem that we have here is Texas land is all private property, and a lot of the ranchers won't give you permission to hunt that. I do know that the Duck Dynasty boys did a show and they hunted a lot of Texas and cavalry camps and Louisiana cavalry camps. But I have never ever been able to hunt any because I can't seem to get any. I've asked permission for a few, but I've never gotten permission. Um, and mostly because all of that's in East Texas, and I'm a Central Texas, West Texas kind of guy. And I don't know people over there. Here around locally, I get permission all the time because I go to a local church. I know people in my community, and like I said, we've got a gold prospect that we're going to, and this was just meeting somebody that I knew. Locally, and we started talking about it, and he gave us permission to come to his ranch, and he was interested. He wants to show him how to pan for gold, and so we're gonna go in there and see what we can find. We're gonna do that Sunday, and Saturday we're going to a seated hunt. Uh, my friend David's never been to a seated hunt, so I'm gonna go do one with him. I'm not a big fan of seated hunts, but we're gonna go do one Saturday anyway. Yeah, Texas is crazy protective about their land. I mean, we have Fort Grogan here, which is a cavalry camp, but it's a historical site. And you can't get on it. But I live 5 blocks from old Fort Grogan. So Fort Grogan is right around the corner, and I found a lot of cavalry stuff in the local park that Fort Grogan used to be on, but I've never been able to hunt the actual fort itself. I hunted around where most of the enlisted men's camped, which is now a park that's called Haley Nelson Park here in Burnett, Texas. But yeah, getting on other than the park, it's hard to get on there. Oh yeah, hopefully I will too. I this is in a known gold mining area, so I have a feeling we're gonna find gold for the guy and show him how to pan and sluice for gold. That's something that I'm good at. I know how to find gold. Man, NC Relic Hunter, Michael, you wouldn't believe. The ground now is so hard. We haven't had any rain. It's been a drought. It's like trying to dig through cement. If you watch any of my videos, I think I'm complaining on every one of my land hunts lately that this ground is so hard you can't dig. And it's just, uh, I mean, I am 250 pounds and I can't get the shovel in the ground at all standing on it. And I got a nice, narrow, sharp pointed shovel. Less tool can't get them. So it's tough to hunt here. It really is. And the best time of hunting in the years are coming up right now. Usually we're starting to get a little rain. The ground's loosening up a little bit. But this is also the best time of year to water hunt because everybody's finished their tubing, their rivers, and the rivers are now vacant. I can go in them and find the jewelry they've lost over the summer. Until that, the rivers are so crowded, they're hard to get into. So October, November are the best diving months here too. So kind of interferes with my land hunting. Yeah, when it's dry, it's tough. You guys are lucky that you don't have the drought conditions that we have. I mean, right now Texas is so dry, it's crazy. Um, I just, you know, I just wish we could get some rain. I mean, I know people that are actually praying for a hurricane to hit Texas so we get some rain, and that's pretty bad when Texans are praying for hurricanes. We've It looks like all the hurricanes have been hitting the East Coast though, and I know if I was over there, I'd be going to the beaches a lot because I really like hunting beaches as well. But we've got deep sand. The beaches aren't getting tore up. We're not getting any storms to our beaches. So beach hunting here in Texas, it's not been great. Although a few weeks ago I did find a 14 karat gold band, and I found a 925 silver ring last time I went beach hunting. So, yeah, you can find stuff there, but it's not as good as it normally is. Yeah, I've used a dry wash setup for gold. I mean, dry washing is you just better plan on going and eating a lot of dust because man, there's a lot of dust when you do it. It's a dusty, hot, thankless job, and by the end of it, you'll have a muddy streak freight face from the sweat running down your face through the mud. It's not a it's if I had to dry wash, I don't think I would do it. If that was the only method I could find gold was dry washing, I don't think I would do it. I mean, it's just a thankless job unless you're finding a ton of gold, and we weren't finding that much gold. Uh, but I've dry washed 3 times, and all 3 times have been horrible, and I just swore I'd never do it again. Oh, you guys got some rain. Yay. Well, we haven't got much. We've got one little shower come through here, but not much more than that. And, it comes through, and like you said, it comes a downpour, and then it goes away for another week. Oh yeah, it is really dusty. I mean, you can't even see. You really need to wear, safety glasses that are enclosed all the way around your face. You really need a dust mask. It's just you think about it. There's, dry washing. There's usually a blower that's blowing, the lighter dust up in the air and off your sluice, and then it's vibrating and blowing up. So as the semi-heavy materials move down in the sluice, it's the hot air that's blowing those up and drying that out to where you can dry wash it. And then any light dust, it's just blowing in your face because you're shoveling right into where the dust is coming up. So it's not very fun there, Michael. I don't recommend it to anyone. I know there's a lot of people do it. Desert hunters do it all the time, but man, I know I didn't enjoy it. And on dry washing, I think you do better off metal detecting in some of the desert areas. Um, I found gold metal detecting in Arizona and Nevada. I found gold metal detecting in California, obviously. Found gold in Oregon metal detecting. And in Idaho, I found some quartz veins with gold running through it in Idaho. So, you can find gold in veins and stuff. Um, I think I got a piece back here. I'll see if I can show it to you. Let me go back and get it. So this is I found metal detecting. I don't know if you can see, but that vein right there. I'm trying to get the camera to focus, but there's a gold vein runs right down through the center of that rock, and I'm trying to get it. You can kind of see a little bit of the gold shine there, but yeah. So that's a vein I found metal detecting. There's actually you can see the backside of it. There's gold over here on the backside of it as well, and I found that um, in Silverton, Idaho, is where I found that gold vein. So that's a vein I found using a metal detector, and you can find them. I've actually found buckets full of ore that I've crushed up, and uh, one time we had 4 or 5 gallon buckets full of ore, and I pulled about 3 ounces of gold out of that ore after we ran it through the rock crusher. So yeah, you can high grade old mine dumps with your metal detector, and if you know what to look for, like look for something like this, rusted quartz. That's what you're looking for. That's where you got some white quartz, and then you have what they call the face, and that's where your gold's going to be on the rusted quartz. But this rock here's got gold all through it, a lot of stringer veins. Uh, so that's how you do it. You go out to the mine dumps, you look for rusty quartz like that, and you crush it up. I just keep this one rock around to show people like you guys when you ask. I just keep it around to show everybody because you can actually see this gold vein. Most of the time it's so fine you can't see it. Yeah, it was a neat find. Like I said, hunting gold dumps are great. If I was in North Carolina and I've never metal detector for gold in North Carolina, but I'm gonna give you a hint there, Michael. Have you heard of the Uwharrie Mountains? Uh, there are a ton of old gold mines and gold dumps if you do your research. Um, Uwharrie, I think. I want to see if I can spell it here in the chat. It's Uwharri National Forest, and I'm going to spell it so you see it in the chat here. So put that in the chat so you can see how you spell it. But that area has a lot of gold dumps and gold mines. And if I had an XP Deus 2, especially downloading that 2.0 software, I'd be heading to them gold dumps and see if I can find some ore on some of them uh, those areas. You're welcome, Southern Relic Adventures. Yeah, so Uwharrie's famous, and you can pan the Uwharrie River too. I mean, I used to run a sluice box in the Uwharrie years ago, and I'd always find gold. I mean, yeah, it wouldn't be a lot. When I'd find in a day's time running a bunch of buckets of dirt through there, I'd find about a penny weight of gold. And for you guys that don't know what a penny weight is, it's 1/20th of an ounce because there's 20 penny weights in an ounce of gold. That's how they used to measure gold, is by the weight of a penny. So they didn't, they just stacked pennies up, and that's how they measured it. So it's 1/20th of an ounce is how much a penny weight is. So that's what I used to find on the URI. I mean, I've got uh, gold from there. I've got gold from South Carolina too. South Carolina has got a lot of famous mines as well. And just so everybody sees, it's called the Uwharrie National Forest, I think it's out. And yes, Southern Relic Adventure, you guys need to go there. Talking about some relics, man, you can get some old mining relics in that place. And, I don't know if there'll be a lot of Civil War relics there, but you definitely get some old mining relics. Be kind of cool. Yeah, you're right. You're from where you're at there, Michael. It's not but about an hour drive, and also there's good camping down there, man. So you guys could plan yourself a little camping trip over the weekend and camp right on some of them old mines. Uh, I think over on my website, tomashworth.com, I mentioned a lot of stuff about those sites there. So go check that out for sure. I mean, it's been a long time since I've been there. I haven't been there since the mid 1980s, but I'm sure some of that, stuff that I did back then made it to that website. So definitely check that out and see what you think of it for sure. And let me know what you do down there. I'd really like to hear about it because I'm all into that kind of stuff. Well, guys, we've been on here about an hour, and that's about as long as I really wanted to run these streams. I don't want to make them too long and everything. I'm just hoping that I can build it up and get some more people on here, and it's because I love chatting. I mean, I love going to Southern Relic Adventures live stream and chatting with you guys. I love it. You won't believe how much fun I have chatting with you guys. It's just awesome. And I love uh, getting on the forums, chatting with people. And it's just one of those things. We're a small community, and to make our hobbies grow, we all really need to band in to support each other, so the next generation can go out and do this kind of stuff. If we don't do it, we're going to lose it, and that's just something that I feel firmly about. That we. Thanks, Michael. I'm glad to have you on here. That's just something I feel firmly about, and I really want to. Now, look who shows up late to the party. This guy, 79 Custom Jigs, is my good friend David Montgomery. So you guys can't tell him all the bad things I said about him tonight, okay? Promise me you will not tell him all the bad things I said on this live chat tonight. Anyway, David's the guy that I'm going Sunday, and we're looking for gold on a property up near Castile, Texas, on the North Llano River. So we're going to go out and do that. David is my good friend, and I'm just joking about that, David. I didn't really say anything bad about you. Hint, hint. So anyway, good to see him on here. I was just now getting off, and it was a great talk tonight. I'm glad that you guys come on here, and I hope to see you next Wednesday night. We're going to have another little chat. I'm just going to start trying to do it every Wednesday night because I don't have anything to do then. And until then, guys, we'll see you next week.